everyone, I'm going live today with a quick little workout. This is going to be all about planking. It's going to be a full body workout with planking. Now, if you're anything like me, for a long time I was really intimidated by planks, just like I couldn't do them, like my wrist would bother me, or just holding upper body strength was really a problem. That being said, don't get scared, don't run away from the video right now. We're going to have tons of modifications. I'm going to offer a lot of that, and not everything is going to be in a full-blown plank. Sometimes we're going to have our knees bent, sometimes we're going to be reaching one arm, one leg. So we have tons of different options, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the sooner we start, the sooner we can finish and say that we worked out really hard today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to begin to the side here. Just get wherever you can see me, whatever device you're using. Just make sure you can see me without straining your neck too much. So we're going to take it to quadruped first. So this is kind of like a beginner kind of plank. We're not going to have the legs fully extended. So you're going to take wrists under shoulders, knees are under hips here. You're going to curl the toes under, and we're just going to get a little bit warmed up through those wrists and the back of the thighs, just to make sure that we're really warm. Anytime you're doing planking, you do want to be a little bit more warmed up. So I'm just going to roll through one of my wrists, one direction for a couple of counts here, pulling up through my other shoulder, making sure I'm really supporting, and then I'm going to go the other direction. Good. And then we're going to go through the other arm here. Okay, so just real quick through the wrists, and then other side here. All right, sit back on your heels and just take a couple of shoulder rolls back, and then take a couple of shoulder rolls forward, and we're going to take it back down to that quadruped position. Now that we're warmed up through the wrists and the shoulders just a little bit more, you're going to press through the palms and lift the hips into the air here. So I'm focusing on drawing my heels down, back, and behind me, pressing through all 10 fingertips, drawing my chest toward my thighs here, and deep inhale. Lift the hips a little higher to the ceiling. On the exhale, draw the heels a little closer to whatever your surface you're working on. I'm working on carpet. And then we're just going to come down, hovering the knees right above the floor here. My back is flat. My chest is pressing through my shoulders. And I'm going to exhale and launch my hips back into the air again, into down dog, and then press and release. If this is just a little bit too much for you at this point, maybe even right now, you're just like, this is a little bit intense, you can always set the knees down when you come here, and then press and lift. We also have the option of setting the knees down and just taking it back to child's pose and then back out here. You could do that a few times, okay? I'm going to keep with the more intermediate advanced option, but do what feels right to your body. Just make sure you're exhaling as you lift, inhale as you stretch. Good neutral spine here. We're not hyperextending. We're keeping the back in neutral. Good. So my arms are really starting to heat up. I'm feeling the stretch through the back of the legs. We're going to do 2 more wherever you are. Make sure your elbows are soft and your wrists are nice and soft too. Last one. And come down. Quick little break. Roll out your wrist really briefly. And I'm going to curl my toes back under, softening my elbows, pressing my chest through my shoulders, flattening my back, drawing my belly up and in. I'm just going to lift and hover my knees up and off the carpet here, just an inch or so, and then release. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to exhale, facilitate the lift, bracing through my core, and then inhale, release. So we're just firing deeply through the transverse, which is the deepest layer in your abdominal wall. I'm also feeling a lot of shoulder work. Yeah? I'm feeling some quad work as I lift my knees up and off my carpet here. I'm really feeling those quads start to fire. My back is remaining flat. I'm in neutral. My ears are in line with my shoulder. My shoulders are in line with my hips. Good. All right, wherever you are, you're just going to do a couple more. 2. And last one. Okay, from here we're going to add on just a little bit. You're going to lift and hover your knees up and off the carpet, and I'm just going to tap my leg that's closest toward you. It's my left leg. I'm going to tap it in and tap it back. So I'm going to tap the toes in an inch and out an inch. Oh, things are starting to heat up. I hope you're on fire with me. If you need to modify, you can always set that back knee down and just tap that front toe, front and back. Okay? If you want to challenge yourself more, just go ahead and lift both knees up and off, whatever surface you're working on. You have 4 here. 3, my arms are burning. 2, my quads are burning. Last one, hold, and set the knees down. Set it back real quick. We're going to do it to the other side. Roll through the wrist, one direction, and then roll in the other direction. Come back forward. Okay, we're going to soften the elbows again. Press the chest through the thighs, through the shoulders rather, and lift up and down. I was still wanting to cue you into that down dog. But in this case, we're having a really flat back here. Your wrists are soft, your elbows are soft. We're just going back to lifting and hovering the knees a couple of inches. We're going to move on to that other leg coming in and out in just a few more. Good. From here you have 4, 3, I'm on fire, y'all. 2, get a full body workout, and last one. Okay, go ahead, lift your hover again. Tap that back leg in and out. Just an inch forward and an inch back. Remember, you can always set the other knee down, especially if you're starting to hike through your hips here. Make sure you modify by setting that front knee down. All right, wherever you are, you have 4 and 3, exhale, 2, inhale. Last one, hold, knees down, press back. Oh my gosh, roll through your wrist again. Okay, from here, we're adding on a bit more. I want you to bring your inner thighs together. I'm going to shift this way just a bit more so you can see me. My wrists are under my shoulders. If your wrists are just feeling like they're going to give out on you, you can take a yoga block and kind of have your hands over top of either a yoga block. You could fist the wrist, whatever you got to do to make it through. You could also take this, to the wall or to a stable surface, modifying. I'm going to click my inner thighs together as if I'm zipping them up, like I've got a zipper, zipping them up here, shoulders down, elbows are soft. So I'm going to fist my wrist for a little bit. On this one, I'm going to lift and hover the knees, soften the elbows, my back is flat. I'm going to open the knees and close, and open and close. Okay, so this is a little bit more intermediate to advanced work. If you need to modify, you set one knee down and you tap side to side. Okay? If not, if you want to go all out for it, you open and close. Feel the inner thighs zip up, engaging through the transverse anytime your inner thighs are engaged. Good, wherever you are, you have 8 and 7. I'm sweating, I'm shaking. Woo! I know, you're shaking with me, I just know you are. Last 3, 2, feel those quads, feel the belly, feel the shoulders. Last one, hold knees together, bend down, press back, inhale. Oh my gosh, holy cow. Inhale, exhale, roll up, roll through your wrists and shoulders. Okay, we're going to go into something a little bit different next, a little bit more glute engagement. So far we've been really heating up that upper body and the core, right? So we're going to move to a little bit more glute work to get that full body plank work in. You want the wrists under the shoulders, again, knees under the hips. This time, you're going to take one knee in toward the chest here. In this case, it's going to be my front knee. Press it in and then extend it back, okay? So I'm going to shift to the side again. Around just slightly through your low back, your lumbar spine as you draw knee to chest, and then straight to neutral as you extend the leg behind you. Squaring up the shoulders, squaring up the hips. Press the chest through your shoulders here, engaging. Okay. If you want to make this a bit harder, you're going to curl those back toes under, lift the thigh, press in and back. Yes. Things just got real. Inhale, exhale. Few more here. You could always take that knee back down to whatever surface you're working on. Good. Last 4 here. 4. Reach. Reach. 2. Back is flat. Chest is through the shoulders. Hold. Set it down. Press back. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to move to the other side. Never fear. I'm going to walk you through it all. Fist the wrist if you need to. We're going to start with those front toes curled under, but we're not going to lift and hover the knee quite yet. We're just going to get warmed up through that back thigh. Feeling the glute max and a lot through the transverse and the rectus. You're going to feel those obliques as well as you're isolating one side of the body. Good. Try and round through that lower back just a bit. Exhale into that flexion. All right, when in, if you're ready, lift and hover that front knee. And reach. Again, things got real. Soften the elbows. Press the chest through the shoulders. Shake with me today. Shaking, changing, getting done. All right, 4. Woo! 3. Feel the hamstring as well as the glutes. 2. Last one. Hold. And release. Press back. We have a lot of press backs today. Hips are down by the heels. Deep inhale, stretch forward, stretch out through the shoulders and the back. And exhale, roll up. Okay, a little bit more glute work next. This time we're going to take it from our nice quadruped position, curling the toes under to that down dog again. So that's kind of how we warmed up. Front leg's going to move first. So you're going to press to your down dog. Lift the leg into the air. Open the hip here, but square the shoulders. Draw that same heel to seat. So bend the knee in half, open through the knee and the hip again, but square off the shoulders. Press that back heel into whatever surface you're working on and just lift. Lift and pulse, lift and pulse. Whew. So we're in a tripod position. Oh my goodness, feeling it. If you need to modify, you set that other knee down and you stay here. Good. Wherever you are, you have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure you're balancing the weight between all 3 limbs. 3, 2, 1. Stretch and extend the legs for a nice big stretch. Square off the hips. And we're just going to move right into the other side. We'll lift that back thigh. Bend the knee in half. Settle that heel by the glutes. Square the shoulders. Open the hips. And press lift. 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 Remember the modification for this one would be to take that front knee down and lift and press. Good. I'm going to go back up for the last 8, 7, 6. Bellies in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the leg long and bend it back down. Press into your child's pose. Inhale. Oh my goodness. Exhale. Roll it up. Open through the chest. Open through the shoulders. Okay, we're going to get into a little bit more back work next. So on this set, you'll come back to quadruped. You're going to extend the leg that's closest toward me back. So just your toe tips are pressing down. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Now, that same arm as leg, you're going to open. Take a moment to get your balance. And then press, square the hips. Do it again. Exhale, open. Inhale, release. Keep that back leg long. If you need to modify, you could bend that knee as you come to center to kind of help you stabilize. That's up to you. And it is harder keeping the leg outstretched. Exhale, reach. Inhale, release. Okay, we've got one more modified like this. On this next one, you have the option to lift and hover that back leg, making it harder. So make sure that this front arm is actively squeezing that. You're squeezing your mid and upper back as you extend that elbow behind you and open through the palm. So you're activating your mid and upper back. You're also feeling the glute, side of the seat, side of the waistline, side of the thigh, if you decide especially to lift that leg. 2 more. Okay, on this next one, we're going to stay up. Okay? So if you need to, you can kind of reposition that wrist under the shoulder. You can fist the wrist, whatever you have to do. Make sure that that's in good alignment. You've got ear, shoulder, elbow, wrist in good alignment. If you need to, you can always tap the toes down. And from here, I'm going to scoot just over a little bit so you can see me a bit better. Just going to lift and lift. So the side of the waistline is working. If you can, this arm that I've extended, go ahead and bend behind you. Bend behind you. Good. So you're actively just squeezing. So let's activate a little bit more. So you lift the thigh, squeeze the elbow. Lift the thigh, squeeze the elbow, release. Lift the thigh, squeeze the elbow, release. You have 8. You could be here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend long. Lift that leg a bit higher. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Fantastic. Sit back. Okay, y'all can stay where you are. You might just want to change positions of your device that you're working on. I'm going to switch directions so you can see me a bit better. And from here, we're just going to go right into that other side. So you're going to extend that leg back, the leg that's closest to me. And then you're going to open and release. Remember, you can always bring that front knee down. Okay, so I'm really wobbly on this side. You're going to find some inconsistencies from one side to the other yourselves. Now, if you're perfectly symmetrical, awesome for you. I'd like to know. Please comment below and let me know that. That would be amazing. But for the rest of us humans, we feel the inconsistencies rather frequently. So exhale, squeeze and open back. Inhale, square off hips and shoulders forward. 2 more like this. After this next one, if you would like to, you can engage lifting that back leg. It's going to be hard for me. Lift, press, and reach. So if you're struggling, I am with you. We're in the home stretch, though. You're almost done with this workout. And you will know that you've worked so hard. You worked your entire body. Glutes, abs, arms, back, everything. Yeah? Good. You don't need an hour a day. Just a few minutes here and there devoted to you and your fitness to make things work. Okay? Progress, not perfection. Stick with it. Next one is your last one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to reposition my shoulder here, extending my arm up and start with a little pulse. Okay? I'm going to shift over just a little bit. Y'all keep going just so you can see me a bit more. And now I'm going to squeeze the elbow back. Start with a little pulse squeeze lift. So the leg lifts, the elbow squeezes. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach, lift a little higher through the leg and the arm. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, reach and release. Inhale. On the exhale, roll up. My glutes were burning so much on that one. Okay, we've got one last thing. These are called bird dogs to bird dog pulses, and then you are out of this video. You're out of here. You'll have the rest of the evening or whatever else you've got going on today to yourself. So commit to these last few, and then I'm going to let you go, okay? So from here, we're going to take it to a quadruped position again. You're going to extend and reach your back leg and your front arm, straight line, so the palm is facing in toward the ear here. Leg is long, hips are square, shoulders are squared, and release. So you're just going to alternate. Back arm, front leg, and release. So activate this with the breath. Exhale, reach, and inhale, release. Remember that your spine is in neutral. So if you're going to turn to look at me, don't lift your head and turn. Make sure that you're just turning your head to the side to keep in good alignment. Okay? Once you have the movement, just go from there. It's not that complicated. Last 4. We're going to take it to pulses. In 3, press your chest through your shoulders. 2, you're going to take it to pulses. On this next one, hold here. So you just have 2 limbs pressing down to whatever surface you're working on, and you're going to pulse lift. So my gaze is down, trying to center the weight between my 2 limbs here. My bicep is by my ear. My shoulders are drawing down my back, as well as my scapula. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to flow right onto that other side, pulsing to finish here. Got about 16. Center the weight between the limbs here. Soften your elbow. Pull out of your ears. Bicep is by that back ear. Last 8, 7, 6, 5. Make these 4 of your best. 3, 2, 1. Hold. And release. Press back. Inhale. 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll up to sitting on your knees. And you are done with your plank full body workout today. Thank you so much for joining me. See you again next week.